Hey guys, it's Tim Windsor again. I'm coming at you from my RV or on the road again today, and I just wanted to connect with you, just do a quick mini nitty-gritty and just rent some space in your head, particularly if you're a leader. Leaders, what I want to tell you today is something that I want you to think about. Leaders are sellers. Leaders are sellers. Now, I know you don't really see yourself that way. You see, you got salespeople maybe in your organization and they sell, but no, the number one thing I think that leaders do is they sell. Now, they don't necessarily sell a product or service, but they do sell strategies, actions, behaviors, and attitudes to their teams to get shit done, to accomplish goals, to make it happen. And if you forget this, that you are going to fundamentally have some challenges as a leader because you think because you have an employees, now we even say sometimes our employees are like customers, but we don't really treat them like customers, because if we did, we'd realize that this is just the facts. But we sometimes think that employees need to do what we ask because they work for us, they report to us according to the org chart, and we pay them a wage. We pay them to listen. That doesn't happen at all. Leaders are sellers, and they're selling to a customer, and that is their employee. In fact, you know this, but maybe you just don't realize it, because oftentimes when things don't go well, when you're trying to communicate and your employees aren't getting it or they're not listening, you're going to bitch and moan to one of your fellow colleagues and say, my people are just not buying in. Well, buying in is a transactional term, isn't it? Yeah, because leaders are sellers. We're selling behaviors, actions, attitudes, goals, strategies to our team. And so the same principles that we would use in great salesmanship is the same principles that we ought to use as leaders to understand that we're selling something. And that really first starts out, we're going to have to understand, why is this really something that people would want to buy? If we don't have a great why, if we haven't sold the why, people aren't going to buy in. They don't know where it's going. And really the power comes in the beginning as we get them to think about why this goal or this idea or this behavior or this strategy is so important. We want to release the power of visualization. That's sales and marketing. We want them to visualize that thing being done, that goal being accomplished, and the good that it's going to do for them and the organization, because visualization creates desire and unlocks emotional energy that will catapult and catalyze people towards a goal. So the first thing we want to do is we want to sell the why and get them to visualize. But we're also going to need to sell the what and the how, and we're going to have a conversation with them around the actual strategies that we're going to use. And of course, if you want buy-in to increase, then you have to increase chip-in. That really makes sense. If people are going to buy in, they need to chip in. They need to be involved in the conversation. The more people are involved in the conversation, the more likely it is that they will actually buy into what we are talking about. And so, of course, we understand when we're selling something, we need to understand the benefits, not just the features, but the benefits, the real benefits to the customers. The same is true when we're trying to sell to our teams these things in the workplace. So remember, leaders are sellers. You're selling something. You're creating a product, and the product isn't necessarily the product you make. It is the strategies, behaviors, actions, attitudes that you're selling. Sell the why, get them to visualize it, and then help them move towards acquiring it and buying in over time into the strategies that we're going to do. Sell the why, get them involved in the what and how, and then help them understand how this is going to take them where they need to go. Remember, it's a transaction. People are making a choice every day of whether they're going to follow or not. And if you forget that you're a seller and you need to sell something, you will fail most days in your business and in your life as a leader. Just think about this. Go out and be a better seller, not just a teller. Have a great day. Cheers.